Being a Trump supporter is no longer allowed, it seems. Great to have you with us. If you are new to TST, tap on the subscription button and click the notification bell so you can receive authentic news that you can rely on daily. Tommy Lee is the new voice of the American left. The drummer for Motley Crue and convicted wife-beater laid out in florid terms his plans for what the left will do in a few years to the 47% of America that voted for President Trump. Lee's essay, posted on Twitter Friday morning, began, "You Trumpsters better pray that liberals never gain control of the White House again, because we are going to pay you back so f***ing hard for all of this shit." Lee's proposals, including taxing churches out of business and throwing condoms out of planes at non-coastal Americans, were creative and his language was colorful. But the basic notion that Trump supporters deserve to suffer is mainstream these days. Democratic Representative Joaquin Castro, the brother of presidential candidate Julian Castro, didn't go to Tommy Lee's lengths, but he had the same message. It's not okay to be a Trump supporter, and you ought to be publicly shamed for the crime. Joaquin posted on Twitter the names and occupations of his constituents in San Antonio who had given the maximum contribution to President Trump. He, his brother, and some liberal commentators have fiercely defended the action. Castro invoked the Washington Examiner to point out that donor lists are public and that news outlets like ours regularly report who is donating to whom. This is just democracy, we are told. It's about holding Trump supporters accountable, a liberal writer at Esquire explained. These defenses make two errors. First, when we in the media report on donors or when politicians discuss about the opponent's donors, that is typically an attempt to hold the recipients accountable. For instance, when we pointed out the lobbyist donors to Barack Obama, it was in order to point out the farce that was his purported ban on lobbyist donations. Often, a candidate will point out his opponent's donors to argue that the opponent is too cozy with a certain special interest. Castro was doing the opposite. He wasn't trying to hold President Trump accountable, but trying to shame his own constituents for supporting President Trump. This highlights the other error. It is the voters' job to hold our elected officials accountable, not the other way around. There is something chilling about a member of Congress publicly scolding his constituents for having bad politics. Increasingly, Democrats and the media believe there is no tolerable excuse to support President Trump. Hence, the boycotts recently of expensive exercise bike outfit Soul Cycle, whose chairman hosted a Trump fundraiser, and a viral fact challenge tweet leading confused celebrities to call for boycotts of McDonald's and KFC, which employ some people who have donated to President Trump. It's a radical position and not one that leaves us optimistic about the health of our democracy. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments down below. If you've liked this report, please share among friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe to Top Stories today. Thank you for watching. I'm David Raveen. See you in the next one.